Happy New Year, everyone! Well, almost the new year. When I'm filming this, it's New Year's Eve, though. Woo! This day has always been my favorite day of the year. It's a time for reflection, excitement toward the future, setting goals, and generally just getting really amped up for what's to come. However, this year I'm feeling a little bit different about the new year, which is mostly the concept that I am exploring in this video. I haven't reflected at all, and I haven't even wanted to because I have no idea where to start, and it's overwhelming AF. But at the moment, I'm feeling really anxious about it, and I know I can't be the only one feeling that way. But in case you're new here, let me fill you in a little bit. Hello, my name is Chelsea. I'm a 30-something living alone here in New York City. At this point, I left my corporate job about 2 months ago to go full-time on YouTube for the time being. Then I did Vlogmas in December, and now I have finally slowed down for the first time in what feels like my entire adult life.
The last time I picked up my camera was about 9 days ago. It was the day I arrived in Portland. I came back to New York 5 days later and was a little jet lagged. I still am, clearly. Well, not clearly, you don't know this, but it's noon. But a lot of these last 4 days, I've been letting myself just not have to think about anything. And if I do, guide myself through it. Kind of think about how I want my next year to be. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel a ton of anxiety about how next year is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a big year in some way, but I think last year, goal after goal, I was nailing it. And now I'm at a place of unknown. How do I want to show up in the world when there's no chaos? How do I want to show up in the world when I feel balanced?
A career is always about progress. It's never arriving in one place and staying there. I've always approached everything with that mentality. This was a big stepping stone, but this was not the finish line. And that's a really scary thing to admit to yourself, especially when my channel is still growing. But that's not enough of a reason to not embrace something new.
I have some packages downstairs. They're big ones, I think, because I'm getting some things delivered for my dining room. Got some benches and my table can be set up. I realized that I can't keep trying to rush the process of putting together my apartment, and I have to get one piece at a time and figure out the next right color to paint, the next right thing to buy, instead of trying to do it all at once and then not liking the result, you know.
So I guess you could say that I'm feeling totally lost in my content and in my life in general. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just one of those times when you can feel you're about to level up in life. So stuff gets weird and a little shitty, but at a certain point, things do shift into the next phase. I only wish the moment of clarity lined up with the new year. That would feel way more motivating than whatever this is. Tonight, to get my mind off things, I actually got invited to go out dancing in one of my favorite parts of Manhattan, the Lower East Side, and I'm gonna go. I think it'll do me some good to get out of my head a little bit and shake my bum, you know? This is the first New Year's Eve in 3 years that I'm going out. I will miss being home to go to bed at 12:01, but my soul needs a night out. I can feel it.
This, I think you're gonna love this. We have to open that now. This is so ridiculous. Oh, I gotta get the right one out. Let's see if this is any good. Happy New Year. Starting off New Year with fresh spoons. Little spoons too. Yes. We got lots of forks and knives as well, but I don't think you're interested in that content. I think you're just here for the spoons. These are fun benches that are gonna go, basically when the tree is gone, they're gonna go one's here and one's here. And then that table right there, it's gonna go right there. That's all that I know so far. There is no album better suited for the week between Christmas and New Year's than SZA's SOS album. the vibe, truly immaculate. I should tell you though, holy moly, I finished a book. My reading comprehension is that of a 8-year-old, maybe. Sometimes with these books, they just take a long time to digest. I feel like, oh, I have no idea what I just read, but I know that it made an impact. But yeah, there was a really important part in the book. You know, if people aren't disliking you, then you're not being your authentic self. And then intervening in other people's tasks is essentially an egocentric way of thinking. And I guess with YouTube, my task is to provide le content. My task is not to force people to perceive it in any particular way. That's on them. My want is to make content that is thought-provoking enough to dislike. Putting myself back in the driver's seat of my creative life. So there, I tried to summarize for you. I hope that made sense. So I guess I should show you what else I'm reading now. It's been a long 9 days. Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. A tense and chilling psychological thriller about an unraveling expedition and the strangeness within us. Looked really good. I decided I wanted to read a book called Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. It looked very interesting. And then the last one I got, I mean, who hasn't seen this book? I really just wanted a book to make me cry. And I feel like this, I mean, look at his face, right? I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get through these, but I'm in the mindset, I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to read.
I had a conversation with someone the other day how there's always this pressure to have a clean slate for the new year, to separate the years of our lives into neat little lines, when in fact that's not even possible. We carry into the new year whatever we don't process from the year before and the years before that, stuff that we try so hard to ignore in hopes that it magically goes away at the stroke of midnight on January 1st. On the other hand, we also bring with us the memories so wonderful that we willingly carry them with us every day of the new year as a reminder of a little bit of light, a little bit of hope. So in reality, our lives end up looking much more like a single line with its ups and downs and twists and turns. I'm curious if you're willing to share, what was one high and one low of your 2023? And did the low actually come with an important life lesson that you couldn't have reached your next peak in life without learning? But I swear, sometimes I wish there weren't any more life lessons. A majority of us have had enough life lessons for 10 whole lifetimes at this point. Can we just get a break already? I've really been trying to take this time off to see myself for who I really am, and when I don't have things anymore that I let define my worth as a person in the past, like always being unnecessarily busy, like having a good paying 9-to-5 job with great insurances and stability. Also things like how big I can make my lips look with lip liner now that they're shrinking these last couple of years. And I'm realizing after decompressing a bit what is important to me now in this next phase. And no, at the moment it's not the really ugly green paint that I have to fix in the kitchen, or that god-awful peeling backsplash I'm taking off as well. It's learning who this Chelsea is, because I don't know this version of her yet, but I will in 2024, and you will too, so I guess that's something to look forward to. So overall, I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're also feeling a little off this New Year's, just know that you're not alone. It's okay. We don't have to have everything figured out, and I'm sending you a big hug.
Top 3 best purchases in 2023. Hands down. It's my first time doing yoga in this room, I guess. Cool. I haven't done yoga, like true yoga, in a while. And I have this video that I always come back to from Kat Meffin. I never had to know how to say her name, Kat Meffin, but every time it hits the spot. And it's a really short vinyasa flow. And I feel like that's gonna be a great way to end the year. And I have 3 hours still until I have to leave. I have plenty of time. 25 minutes, but she talks for at least 5 of those minutes, so it's not that bad.
While the last video I shared with you, I was a bit poorly. Elbows go big squat. Hands come to heart center. Elbows to the inside.
We're so close. Hi, finished yoga and I took an everything shower. I am so soft. I exfoliated every inch of me and I smell amazing. I don't think it really matters how I smell because I will be dancing in the Lower East Side with the most god-awful smells known to me. But we need to fuel up. I feel like ending the year, why am I crouched over? I could just move the camera, but it's more fun this way. I feel like it's best to end the year with a healthy meal, so let's do it. We're on a roll today, actually. I woke up feeling kind of poopy. And now I've done things I haven't felt like I've been able to do in a long time, and it feels pretty good. Still a little frozen, but I think it'll be fine. 20 minutes at 3:50. I think that'll be fine. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new year. Shut up, Chelsea. About 24 hours has passed since you last saw me. I'm nursing myself back to health. The place that I went last night had an open bar. Enough said. This is ginger ale. But when I went to go grab some dinner at the bodega, I ended up getting, I was like, orange juice sounds so good. And then I was like, oh, Olipop sounds so good. And then I was like, oh, coconut electrolyte beverage sounds so good. This is like the epitome of a hangover, plus a ginger ale. I'm so thirsty. It's 6 o'clock at night. Can't say I've had a meal yet today. I was gonna get a chopped cheese, and they were out of the meat for chopped cheese, so she told me to get a Philly cheesesteak, which I haven't had one in New York ever, but I'd say it looks pretty good. I'm feeling a bit more, well, despite feeling like actual garbage, I feel a bit more optimistic about the upcoming year today. It's pretty good. It does feel like a new year. It literally is. But sometimes it doesn't feel like it. And today it does. And this is the first year where I haven't had any expectations for a year ever. I'm not really planning for the new year. I'm just barely trying to make it through this day, to be honest. But I want to think that I'm not the only one feeling this way about the new year and all the general overwhelm and feeling like we have to have our shit together, and when none of that really matters, because what matters is how you feel and what you want, whether that's setting goals or nothing at all. And some years I'm very much goal setting. Like last year, I had a lot of goals. But this year, I don't feel like I need to set goals. I'm just gonna take the pressure off and just enjoy the moments. I haven't danced so much as I have in the last 6 months as I did last night. I danced my little booty off and I wore heels. I feel like my soul needed that. That's what put me in a good mood today, despite feeling like trash. And I'm grateful for that. Actually pretty comforting to think that I don't have it figured out. I have nothing figured out, but I will figure it out because I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's just gonna be a surprise for all of us, but I'm gonna just do my best to think through every decision very thoroughly. But as long as I focus on the next right step, I think this year will turn out pretty well because the bar is on the floor. The bar of expectations is dragging. I wish I was kidding, but hopefully that's gonna make for a great year. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. My hair's looking a little crazy. I wanted to close out this vlog because I have another one that I'm starting in the morning, and now I'm going to go to bed. It's only 10:30, which is very early for me to be calling it a night, but I'm exhausted. My period officially started. So I'm feeling just, and I put some hair oil in because I'm trying to grow my hair back. Anyways, I hope you all had a wonderful holiday and are feeling ready to go or not for the new year. But either way, we're gonna get through it together. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up or leave a comment to say hi. The engagement really helps YouTube recognize my channel and push it out to other awesome people like you. If you haven't already, consider subscribing for the new year, and I will see you in my next video. Happy New Year, everybody. I love you.